بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This morning, the government of the province of Ontario declared a state of emergency to deal with the COVID-19 coronavirus crisis. And many people are getting worried. Why are these things happening? Now people are asked to exercise social distancing, meaning that they have to stay home and they don't understand why. They fear that this is leading to something more serious. And I say that there's absolutely nothing wrong in getting worried. However, we do not really want to turn this worry into panic. We do not want this pandemic to turn into panic, because panic is negative. Let us try to extract something positive from this crisis, from this experience, which could be an experience of a lifetime. We do not want a similar experience in our lifetimes. So people may say, what do you mean in getting something positive out of this? There's nothing positive in it. Well, I beg to disagree with those people, and I would say that as usual, I turn to the Quran, to my divine guidance, whereby the Almighty God in the Quran tells us the following. Let us read it and try to expand upon it without taking too much time. The Almighty says, after أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم, I seek refuge in Almighty God from the accursed Satan, with the name of Allah, the All-Merciful, the Compassionate. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Inna al-insana khuliqa halu'a. إذا مسه الشر جزوعا وإذا مسه الخير منوعا إلا المصلين. Translated closely as follows: that humans are created with a nature that tends, with a nature that has the potential to panic. Whenever humans are facing something evil, they become impatient, they become terrified, and whenever they face something good, they withhold sharing that goodness with others. And we know that this is bad. Now, except who is immune to this kind of behavior, the impatience when touched by difficulty and withholding goodness when touched by goodness. Who is immune to that? Those who are immune to that, those who do not behave like that, are those who keep a tight connection with God. Those people who are always maintaining their salat. And we know that salat is the physical way that has spiritual encasing that makes us connect with God. And without this connection, we will slip into panic, we will slip into all kinds of negative things. So my message to you is, as we are now staying home with our families that I say we missed for a long time. You know why we miss each other? Because we've been keeping time or keeping company with that little thing we're holding in our hands. So this is the time where we really need to try to rediscover each other, try to find what happened in our lives, and try to establish a spiritual base at home. We know that now it's official. Even places of worship are closed. We cannot go to pray the 5 daily prayers. We cannot go for the weekly Jum'ah prayer. So let us try to establish a masjid at home. We can do that. The family now can be the congregation. The Prophet ﷺ told us, جُعِلَتِ الْأَرْضُ لِي مَسْجِدًا وَطَهُورًا, that the entire earth is a masjid. So let us now use this crisis to turn it into something positive. Let us, even if you want, make a place at home to establish salat in this place. Whenever the time of every salat comes, we have nothing else to do other than to call adhan, make iqama, do wudu, come together as a family, try to use this time to read the Quran individually and as families, try to ask questions, try to feel this beautiful connection with the Almighty God. Wallahi. And I say wallahi, maybe in slang, but this is endeared to me, that the Almighty God probably, God knows best, allowed this to happen to bring people back into their families, the families that they abandoned, the families that changed so much. So He's bringing us back to rediscover ourselves and get closer to each other. So let us do that. Let us, talk with each other. And if you have still any difficulty, if you are slipping into depression, if you are experiencing sadness, we are working. I would like to tell you, nothing official yet. We are working on it. What I want to tell you is that in the city of London, all religious institutions of the Muslim community formed a task force, and tonight we are going to meet and we are going to have recommendations for the entire Muslim community. Both at the Islamic Center, at the London Muslim Mosque, at the Hayat Masjid, at the Taqwa School, at MAC Islamic Center, at the Bosnian Islamic Center, at all the Mile Masjid, and all the others that I forgot or missed. We are going to work together, and we will have recommendations, we will have services, and I am working with a psychosocial counseling service in town to establish a hotline for people who really need to ask questions and get through this. We will. And you will see that when we will get over this crisis, we will be stronger families, we will be closer to God, we will be better communities. You will see. We will make it. So keep on smiling. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.